Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Sorcery. Previously, we could only watch helplessly as an army of goblins stormed through the north gate, fated to raze the city to the ground, but then the ghost of the noble Loreg, who we had met previously, appeared. He has time travel magic and sent us back to the past for another shot at finding the spell lines which can control the north gate and potentially save the city. So now we're still looking for clues, making our way through the city again. And I'm quite excited because we're about to head up into Dwarf Town, and I do like dwarves. They are the best. The beardier the dwarves, the drunker the dwarves, the better. Right, follow the main road. You follow the road past the grand house. A side road appears on the left. Looking left, you see an arch, and beyond that, a wide yard. As you watch, a guardsman walks past. I still feel like that's a really bad idea. Look, I can't be taking risks. I don't know why guards would randomly attack me or something like that, but look, I have 11 stamina, I'm penniless, and I have no rations, so just keep going. As you press up on the road, you notice the huts either side are getting smaller. The roadway is now bustling with dwarves and other small fellows. It seems from the contemptuous looks you are receiving that the inhabitants of this sub-hamlet are not kindly disposed towards human-sized outsiders. Walk on my knees? Oh, hell no. No way. Just keep walking. You walk on, smiling down at the people as you pass. You reach the middle of the dwarf ghetto, a small square with a general store off to one side. Further up the street, you see a small crowd gathered around two scuffling creatures. Ooh. Well, if I could get something from the store, I'd have to steal it. Go over to the crowd. You push your way through the small crowd. In the center, two tiny creatures are grappling fiercely with each other. One is a pixie and the other a sprite. The onlookers are quite fascinated, with some cheering on the pixie and the others rooting for the sprite. Yep. Them be dwarves. I see they did not give the lady dwarves beards, those cowards. You appear to have just caught the end of the fight. The sprite looks almost exhausted. Oh. Place a bet? Well, watch the fight. You watch the fight. It doesn't last long. The sprite goes for the pixie with a tiny arm lock. The pixie ducks, spins around with a flying high kick, and knocks the sprite reeling backwards across the dirt. With a hop, skip, and a jump, the pixie is sitting on the fallen sprite's chest with two fingers up its nostrils. "Do you yield?" it squeaks. Sorry, couldn't resist. The other creature makes a yelping noise, presumably a yes. The crowd cheers, and the debts are settled up. Eventually, the crowd disperses. Alright, enter the store. You duck your head to squeeze through the doorway of the dwarf store. The proprietor is a stocky type of advanced years, who peers at you through a pair of bottle-glass spectacles balanced on a long and gnarly nose. "You're not a dwarf," he observes, with uncanny accuracy as you enter. Right. Need directions. "Yes, very good," complains the dwarf. "But what to?" "Is there... I need to find a blind beggar." Let's ask about that, for sure. "There's plenty of those in Carre," the dwarf replies, "but there's one that most people mean when they ask for the blind beggar, and that's the one as they enjoy seeing beggared. He's living in the north of the city in the ruins of the Fallen Quarter. A sorry state he's in, too, I heard." Yeah, we already knew this. The dwarf coughs and spits some phlegm into a nearby mug. After reflecting, he then knocks down the price on the mug a little. Okay. Anything you can tell me about the city nobles? I wouldn't go looking for all of them, he replies. Most of them are dead or retired, or both. I heard one is living as a beggar now, gone blind, up in the north of the city somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, he growls, are you going to buy something, or just stand there interrogating me? Maybe he has something for 1 gold? I want to look around, you say. The dwarf shrugs. Then look away, if you've got enough room to turn this big empty head of yours. You browse the shelves of the shop. A selection of gauntlets. A potion of mystery. Provisions. A honeycomb of beeswax. A small vial of dust. What are these gauntlets? You notice 2 kinds of gauntlet on sale in the shop. Chainmail ones and leather ones. 5 gold pieces for either, the dwarf remarks helpfully. Chainmail is hard to make, but leather is harder to come by. You do not have enough gold. You shake your head. The dwarf points at the vial of dust. You should consider buying that, he remarks. No one else has. You lift the vial of dust from its place on the shelf and turn it over in your hand. It sparkles a little in the light. 3 gold pieces, calls the dwarf, but you cannot tell what it is. Ooh. Give it a little shake. You shake the vial. The grains inside move around, catching the light. Definitely not ordinary dust, but what is it? Undo the stopper. Oh. Move to open the stopper, but the dwarf reacts with lightning speed. Don't, he exclaims. It will spill everywhere, and then I'll have to clean it up. It would probably just glitter. Not today, you say. The dwarf harumphs, leans back, and waits to serve you. Okay, how about a potion of mystery? You pick a bottle of potion carefully from the shelf. It is a thick, clear-colored liquid. The label says Potion of Mystery, nothing more. 2 gold pieces, says the dwarf. We're so close. What does this do? The dwarf looks at you with a scathing expression. It's a mystery, obviously, he remarks. What do you expect it to do? Give it a smell. You unstopper the bottle and smell it. The smell is sweet and a little bitter. Well, can't even. Too expensive, you reply. You are running short on funds. Provisions? You look over the food on sale. It seems palatable enough. A stack of flatbreads and some hard, squeaky cheese. 3 gold per meal. A honeycomb of beeswax? Fresh today and only costs 2 gold. Don't buy it. Buy nothing. I don't think I'll buy anything today, you say. The dwarf nods. You just wanted to pick my brains. Well, hope I was totally unhelpful to you. You head back out into the sunlight and stretch to your full height. See, when I have 1 gold to my name, I don't even know how to get more. This sucks. You follow the road up a gentle rise towards a building with large domed roof. All the various alleys seem to converge on it, and it is thronged with people. From here it seems that there is no way around. Approach the building. The road becomes narrower as the slum dwellings either side become more built up. Finally, it opens up onto a small plaza in the shade of a large domed building. It is some kind of sprawling covered market. Looking left and right, you see several other roads entering the building through different archways. A group of serpent heads are just passing by. I'm sorry, serpent heads? Talk to them. You stop one. Greetings, you begin. What is this place? The serpent head looks back at you unimpressed. It is the artist's quarter. They have to have a roof over them, or their paints run and they complain. Nothing worse than a complaining artist, remarks the second creature. Don't mock them. Just say thank you. You're welcome, replies the first serpent head, who appears to speak quite normally. But I'll give you a tip. Don't pose for any pictures, you'll regret it. With that, the serpent heads march away inside the building. The market seems a confusing place. Various tracks head off into bushes near its walls. You may be able to find a way around it after all. Around the market or into the market? Well, look, the whole point of finding the market before it becomes like a food selling place is that I could buy supplies, but I have no gold, so... Go around the market, I guess? The market is no doubt a haven for thieves and pickpockets. Make your way around the outside, fighting through bushes and over obstacles until you are close to the base of the city wall. The going is easier now, across open scrub, the path winding between the occasional tree. Keep going. From the market building come the sounds of 100 million voices and the occasional laugh and scream. Through a barred window you see a tall flame, flickering and snapping, but it does not seem to be spreading. A crow circles above the wall to your left. Watch the bird. Crows feast on carrion, and this bird is circling just above the wall. Has something tried to attack the city and been shot down by the guard? Or did someone try to escape that way? Look up at the wall. Shading your eyes and looking up at the wall, you see a single guardsman standing with his bow ready. He is aiming at something in the fields beyond the city. You remember the old soldier you met in the pass. Could there really be goblins out there trying to get in? Yeah? No shit? You keep going across the scrub. Alright, not everything's rewritten with the knowledge that we have in fact seen a goblin army. You emerge from the small stand of trees to the back of a set of low buildings, from which you hear voices. An alley leads back into the main city. Listen at the door. You pause outside the door to listen. I'm telling you, I went down into the cellar and there was something there. Did you kill it? No, Father, I ran away. Keep listening. This is unlikely to be important, but it is intriguing nonetheless. I thought I taught you to kill thieves on sight, the older voice declares. It wasn't a thief, it had teeth and a sword, and it was digging. Keep listening. You lean closer, fascinated. Did it have, the father asks, perhaps demonstrating something you cannot see? Yes, exactly, the son replies, then stops. Wait, did you hear that? It came from outside. You hear footsteps approaching the doorway. Run for it? Duck out of sight? Wait. Well, I've done nothing wrong. I'm just standing here, so... Wait, maybe I can be an exterminator for hire. Ooh. You wait, and the door is pulled back by a big man with a beard. He takes one look at you and shakes his head. We don't need any potions. Good day. He slams the door shut, fully closed this time, and the voices fall quiet. You move away from the hut and make your way back into the streets of Kare. Oh, nothing gained, nothing lost, I guess. After turning this way and that, you emerge into a small plaza, perhaps intended for visitors to the market building on your left to tie up their horses. Perhaps intended for visitors to the market on your left to tie up their horses, but if any have, then it would seem their horses have been stolen. Around you, the slums are still standing, intact, no trace of fire or destruction about them. The wizard was right, time has been reversed, but not for long. The main road continues between the slums, heading up to a low rise, and a side alley leads left. All right, make a move. The slum districts of Lower Carway are unlikely places to find nobles, but you might be able to learn their names or where they are hiding. Okay. I think last time I was here, I went up this way. Yeah, you can see the ghosts of my previous trail here. Good. So I was there, but I don't think I actually went up this way to this little fountain. So I'll absolutely take what is newest. You make your way along the clifftop road between grand houses that must belong to well-to-do types. You pass a tall, thin man in a long robe, some kind of monk. He bows to you as you pass. Greetings. The monk beams at you and holds out his palms. What do you want? The monk simply smiles, his hands still reaching out towards you. Give him a coin, take his hands. Take his hands. Oh! You reach out and take hold of his hands. With burning bright eyes, he stares at you. You must find the crown, he murmurs, for the sake of all Kakabad. Then, quite suddenly, he releases you and straightens up, folding his hands away into his robe. You can't help noticing, but you feel strangely refreshed. Nice, he healed me. Yeah, thank him. You bow your head and offer thanks. The monk bows in return, but says nothing further. Then he turns and walks away. Hell yeah. Alright, along the cleft. I think this is where that fish in the pond was. You continue up the main road, which climbs gently towards the center of Carre. The road passes through the ruin of a grand building, in what must have once been a glorious morning room. An ornamental pond is all that remains. Moss grows from the cracks in its tiled sides. So we looked at this earlier, didn't we? Yeah. A fish that sounds like it's almost talking, and there's a coin in there. You know what? Taste the water. Oh. It is brackish and foul, and you spit it out immediately. I lost 1 stamina. Crap. Well, I need money, so look deeper into the pond. There's a single gold piece. You dip your hand into the pool to grab the coin. The fish, outraged at your intrusion into its world, nips for your hand and bites you. Its teeth are small, but sharp enough to draw pinpricks of blood. Okay. Dude, I'm desperate. Try again for the coin. You try again, moving faster this time, and manage to grab the coin. The fish leaps out of the water to come after you, but it is not fast enough. You pocket the gold. Time to go. The main road continues onward along the edge of the ridge, and you hear the sound of a crowd in the distance. Narrower lane heads uphill to your left. Oh. So I can head here, can't I? Oh, the bathhouse! Yeah, I could get super healed there. Ooh. But I kind of want to take this middle road uphill. Then again, we never did go straight up from here either, so I hope I have enough money to afford the bathhouse. I really hope I do. Back by the bathhouse. Enter. Wait, I can go down? I can enter the fair? Really? That's curious, but interesting. Okay, bathhouse. Swim costs 4 gold. I don't have the money. 4 gold is more than you have. You shake your head to the creature behind the desk. I don't think it's for me. And the creature returns to picking the dirt from its fingernails. You step outside onto the street. Alright, well, if I can head down, then maybe I can loop around and take this path here. Going up here, and all this, I never touched any of this. There could be something interesting here, so Yeah, absolutely. You head down the road between the colorful flags until it merges into a wide, muddy plain filled with brightly colored tents. It is a fair. Oh. Right. Cabinet of Fortune. Yeah, I got fleas from that, so no. Enter the fair. You fight your way into the crowd between bawling men and cackling women on one side, and bawling women and cackling men on the other. Their breath is thick with the smell of gripweed wine, and they don't look like they're going to stop drinking anytime soon. Look at the tents. There's a midway ahead. Wait, do I have to go south? Oh, I can't take this route? Okay. Actually, maybe going south is better. That way I can get here and go up this main road. Oh yeah, this is max exploration here. I like this. Wait. A woman catches your arm. "You're lovely," she shouts over the din, waving a bottle. "Fancy getting smashed with me?" Ayo? Ignore her. You move away as fast as you can. Looking back, you see the woman grabbing another woman by the arm, and for some reason proceeds to break her bottle over her head. From a nearby tent comes a deep roaring noise. A bear? Oh god. Through the crowd. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't make eye contact. Keep going. Oh. You elbow your way into the open space, seeing nothing. And then trip on something large underfoot, something fleshy and soft. Look down. It is a body. Surrounded by several other bodies all scattered across the path. Are they dead? You kneel down by one, but with you relief, you see he is snoring deeply, as is the woman beside him. They are simply drunk. I probably wouldn't normally do this, but lighten their pockets. You pat down the man's pockets, but of course he has no money, having spent it all on drink. Oh. Suddenly, the sound of tramping feet echoes up the path. There are figures approaching in formation. It is the city guard. Just ignore them. Don't stand out. Don't stand out. You ignore them. One of the guardsmen shouts, "Look, over there, she was robbing that man." The guard turn and begin to run in your direction. Run? You turn to run, but seconds later, one of the guardsmen has fallen to the floor. Blood wells from his shoulder. You see the brief gleam of a curved sword and the shadow moving away into the trees. The other guards look about in confusion and fear. Flanker? My dude! I love you. He gave you an opportunity, run for it. You don't waste any time or hang about to find out what's going on. Flanker! Yeah! Okay, we're turning up north, I guess. That is so hype. My bro! You return through the fair. It's now nighttime and you need to find somewhere to stay. Oh, now that is curious. Huh. Okay, well, no going up this middle path then. Back by the bathhouse. Okay, now which way do I want to go? I feel like I have more things to see if I went up this middle path, so we'll do that. Oh. Right. Turn uphill. You follow the narrow road, which skirts the edge of central Kare. The homes and buildings either side are now more densely packed together. You are nearing a more busy, bustling area of Kare. Move cautiously. You begin to move more cautiously, keeping your back to the buildings. but you must have missed something because suddenly a hand appears on your shoulder and you are pulled backwards into a building. Uh-oh. Flanker? Don't be afraid, murmurs a voice. Turn to see who it is. You turn to see who it is. A dark-skinned man with a beard of short stubble. As you look at him, he releases you, holding up his hands to show he means you no harm. Apologies to give you a fright, he says. I'm a lonely man in this evil city. You are a human, and that's a refreshing sight. Please, sit with me and talk for a while. Is this... Do you think this guy's Vic? Maybe. I'll sit with you. Thank you. It is good to talk the common tongue. He grins. You look around the building and realize you are in his home. It is well furnished with rich woven tapestries on the walls. Who is he? You seem a wealthy man, you remark, looking around the room. Me? The man smiles. No, nothing like that. I used to be a hero traveling with Glandragor the Heroic, if you've heard of him. Right. A man who told me about Vic in the Shamutanti Hills. I've met him. The man goes quiet. Is that so? He didn't mention me, did he? No, he probably didn't. The man goes over to a counter and takes down 2 mugs and a tankard of ale. I'd like to ask you about your business, he says, but before I go into all that, would you like some ale? Okay, this guy's shady. Right. Glandragor is a friend of Vic, and Vic is a human trafficker. And this guy's a friend of Glandragor's, who's probably a friend of Vic too. I don't drink. You lie carefully. The answer seems to surprise him to the point of confusion. You don't drink, he replies, but if you don't drink, what do you do when you're thirsty? You don't want to know? I mean, I don't drink beer. Oh, now I seize it, he exclaims. You mean you won't drink my beer? His expression turns to anger. Ungrateful traveler, you barge your way into my home and then you refuse my hospitality? Join me in my ale, or I promise you will not leave my house. I didn't barge into your home, you yanked me into it. Leave now. You stand to leave, ignoring the man's protestations. Protestations, I guess. Then before you know what is happening, he has grabbed a longbow from the wall, notched an arrow, and is aiming straight at your heart. No one escapes from Vangorn the murderer, he gloats, pulling back the string. Do I even have time to draw my sword or cast a spell? I think I need to rely on the fastest possible reflexes to draw my sword. You draw your sword. You have no choice but to fight. But before you can reach him, his fingers release the arrow. Dodge left, dodge right, block with my sword. Or pray for aid. I feel like I would want to be in a far more desperate situation before I prayed for aid. Try blocking with my sword. I'm cool. I can do cool things if I believe in myself. You lift your sword up to your face, hoping to stop the arrow in its path. What happens? Oh. The arrow passes to the left of your sword and buries itself in your eye. You have been shot in the eye with an arrow, your adventure is at an end. Son of a... Right. Rewind. Alright, turn to see who it is. We'll try dodging in a different direction. Okay. And this time I can ask him about Kare. You take a seat. Tell me about Kara, you begin. I'm new here. Ah, he sighs. This is a treacherous place. You can't trust anyone or anything in this town. He winks at you. But before I go into that, would you like some ale? I don't drink beer. Leave now. Draw my sword. Dodge right. The arrow buries itself in your leg. You are badly wounded. But with his shot, he is unprotected. You leap forward to attack. Oh god, this guy has high attack power. Crap. Oh, this is the worst. Oh, man. Right. He might press his advantage. We'll counter him in kind. Full body blow. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Vangorn raises his sword and stares at you along the length of his blade. You grip your sword firmly, then bring it up fast to deliver a heavy blow. Vangorn covers himself. He is left breathless but otherwise unharmed. Grimacing, he murmurs a quick curse as he sets his stance. Defend. 10! Oof! You pace back across the cluttered room, dropping into a crouch as he dances forward, crying out with glee. The attack only tires him out, you are mostly unharmed, and Vangorn laughs appreciatively. He shifts his sword about so the blade lies across his body. No telling what he might do. An even blow. 7.5? Ah, crap. You sense an opening and determine to take advantage of it. You swing your sword in towards his chest, aiming to knock the wind from his lungs. But the blow you land is only minor because Vangorn is turned quickly aside. You knock the murderer staggering into a wall. He seems more surprised than hurt. Let me make it easy for you, the murderer suggests. I'll stand still so you can hit me. Don't believe his lies. You sense an attack coming from the sneer at the corners of his mouth and quickly ready your defenses as he tries a deep slice. You jump clear before the blow lands. He nods to you wisely. Vangorn swivels his grip. The weapon flashes as it moves. Preparing another attack. Let's overpower him. 7.1. Time to attack. You slash violently across his chest, but his own move is fast and careful, and he is able to parry. Blood drips from the murderer's chest. He curses you. Vangorn raises the weapon to head height, crouching low as he moves. Ooh. That screams he's readying a powerful move. Defend. Or not. God, I am bad at this. You ready yourself to block. His light blow sails over your head. You're mostly unscathed. He raises one hand to draw a finger in a line across his throat. So you fancy yourself a swords mistress, do you? Vangorn asks, stepping back and panting for breath. Press the advantage. 7. Acting quickly, you twist and lower your sword fast, but the impact clangs against his turned sword. He grins. He is bruised, but not seriously hurt. A good fighter, but overall you waste more energy than you should. Shut up. I know. Whoever trained you would be most displeased. Shut up! Vangorn roars with anger, sweeping clutter off a tabletop as he swings his sword. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You cleave your blade mercilessly across his back. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He stumbles forward, eyes opening wide with surprise. You have finished me, he declares, after so long undefeated. 3 stamina lost, competent comeback. We're now down to 5 stamina. We are officially at death's door. Not good. With Vangorn dead, you are free to search his small house. Search his body first. 8 gold pieces which you take. Ugh. Can buy a room in the inn. Well, actually, that said, I might want to actually deliberately get caught by Vic's men this time so I can meet him. Look in the cupboards. In one jar you find a jar marked poison, and another a jar labeled essence of bark. Yeah, take both. You clear out the cupboard into your sack. I have essence of bark and some poison. Taste the bark essence? Take a careful sip of the essence of bark. It tastes like freshly cut grass, but seems harmless enough. Oh. Then you look down to see your skin turning green. The effect soon fades, but it seems this stuff is remarkably potent. Examine the hangings. The hangings look like rich treasures from a much grander household. Made of thick cloth, they are exquisitely decorated with images of orcs and trolls, being hacked to pieces by a hero with 2 blades and a silver crown. One of the hangings has a suspiciously large bulge underneath it, and as you watch, the bulge moves. Look behind the hangings. You lift one of the hangings, uncovering a gigantic spider. The arachnid jumps out at you, burying its fangs and landing on your chest. That must be, Fangorn's pet. Okay. I'm just gonna freeze. You stop, stock still. The spider crawls up your chest, heading for your throat. A creature like that's not intelligent enough to go for exposed skin. Stay still. Controlling yourself with careful discipline, you steady your hammering heart. The spider crawls up over your face, one of its legs sliding between your lips. Stay still! You stay still as the creature climbs up your face and onto the top of your head, where it settles like some kind of absurd hat. Then it jumps across the room and scuttles away to hide behind another hanging. You let out an enormous sigh of relief. Get the fuck out of here! You have found all you will find here, time to be moving on. Okay. You continue along the street, which grows narrower and more winding. On either side, slum dwellings rise high. Faces appear and disappear behind drapes. Someone throws out a bucket of slop, narrowly missing you. Furry, chained-up animals screech from balconies. The sun disappears from view. Keep going. Alright, further on. The lane gets narrower. Muck and foul water runs downhill, forming a sheen over the flagstones. The walls either side are now so close together that someone on the top floor has laid planks across the alley to steal that from the house opposite. Or perhaps to steal their own things back, it is hard to be sure. Cast a spell. Why would I want to do that here? Okay, I don't think I will, because I need to keep all the stamina I can get, you know? Alright, G... Oh, no G. B? U... S? Oh, sense danger. I wanted B. B-I-G. Grow in size. Screw it. No, I can't take any risks. Keep going. The road narrows further until your elbows are brushing the door frames on either side. Then, quite suddenly, you reach a small plaza. By a well. You have returned to the well in the heart of the slums in Lower Carre. There are no guards, no wolves, and no goblins to be seen. Everything is just as it was. Look at the well. Once, presumably, this well served all the people in the district. But perhaps there were too many people because now the well seems dusty and dry. Look down the well. Leaning over the edge, you peer down into the depths of the well. Strange, it seems to have handholds cut into its stones. They appear good enough to climb down. Nope! I've learned my lesson. No more wells. Look at the alleys. You turn your attention from the well a moment to the rest of the plaza. There is nothing to distinguish one alleyway from the other. Although you do see a line of what looks like blood drops heading right. Oh. There might be handholds down the well, but that doesn't mean your path lies that way. Okay. Left. Straight on. Okay, we definitely never looked at this specific road here, but that goes to familiar places, and this is also new, so yeah. This street is a little wider and more well-paved than some of the others. You can see tracks where carts have come this way. Hear the sound of voices around a corner. Walk on. You walk around the corner, intrigued by the sound. There's a small crowd of people talking and singing inside a low stone shrine. Beyond, you can see the sparkle of the river and the smell of rotting fish. You are nearly at the docks. The shrine, you say? What did I hear about a shrine? You step into the doorway of the shrine at the same time as a woman and her child are leaving. He really is a holy man, Mother, the little one is saying. Lassen's lame brother answered his question and he ran off the stage. The mother nods and the pair leave. Interesting. Step inside. The shrine is an old stone building, garishly decorated with hanging cloths and thick candles that fill the air with the smell of grease and tar. At the far end, on a low platform, stands a hooded figure in a white robe who is talking to the assembled crowd. Whoa, there is a lot to unpack here. And that art? Does anyone else wish to take the test of slaying the god of Malice? Calls the priest out. A murmur goes on the crowd. People are nervous but excited. Didn't we hear from an orc that he loves slaying and that there's like a question? Oh, I forget the specifics, so it's been a while since I last recorded this. Ask someone about the challenge. You nudge someone next to you. What is this challenge, you ask? It is the test of slaying, the woman replies in whisper. He grants you a wish if you answer him correctly, but you have to worship him or else the question he asks is impossible. She shudders and grins. They don't call him the god of Malice for nothing. Are your hearts so cold, taunts the priest? Does no one here want anything? Is no one in dire or deadly need of a god's aid? Examine the crowd. The crowd is a mixture of young and old, women and men. Some cheer and joke and murmur, while others have their legs and arms folded in a devout pose and pray through silent lips. How many are spectators and how many are followers of slaying you cannot tell. As he waits for an answer, the priest plucks a knife from his belt and casually stabs it into his own hand. I'm just going to sit here and watch for a bit. You wait and watch. Suddenly, a man leaps to his feet. I'll do it, he declares. The rest of the group cheers, and the man, a geriatric, is helped up onto the platform. Are you a follower of slaying? The priest asks. The man spits. Very well. In one corner of the room, a gong is sounded, and the crowd falls silent. Which do you choose? The priest demands of the man. Will you take the impossible challenge, or pay the price of an easy challenge? The man looks uncertain and turns to the audience. People begin to shout suggestions. Choose the easy challenge. You cry out, adding your voice to those around you, bellowing loud and confidently. After a few minutes, the priest quiets the room and turns back to the man. So, what do you choose? I'll take the easy challenge, the man grumbles. Very well, slaying has a new follower, the priest declares, bringing the man to kneel close by him. He dabs his forehead with a fingertip. The man doesn't look any different when he stands once more, but perhaps his eyes are a little darker. Wait and watch. Then the real performance begins with the priest rocking backwards and forwards. After a few minutes of this, he proclaims a riddle to the man. No one in the crowd has any ideas. The old man chews his lip, remarking, "Oh, well, that was a long time ago now." The silence lasts a few minutes, but then the geriatric smiles. "Lucia," he declares. The priest looks disappointed, and the crowd whoop and cheer. It is clearly the correct answer. The man turns to the priest and whispers something in his ear. The priest nods and declares, "Your wish shall be granted." The man leaves the platform and the priest runs back to the crowd. Who will be next? Okay. So if I can successfully answer a question about my past, a wish will be granted. Do I really want to become a follower of the god of Malice? Oh, this is... You know what, I might consider it on the next run through this city, if I don't get everything done with the nobles. Slip away? Bored, you get to your feet and slip away back into the street. To the docks. The smell of rotting fish and mucky water fills your nostrils. You know this area well enough. You have reached the docks once more, the beating heart of Kare. Look around. Alright, yeah, we read that. Okay. Now, sincerely, hopefully, we can still run into Flanker. Yeah, recall that he approached me after I did some business here, so let's go to the bar. Buy ourselves some food. Greetings, innkeep. Buy food. Can you feed me in this hellhole, you ask? The innkeeper nods. Aye, to the gills, for 6 gold pieces, hearty as you like. Absolutely, pay for a meal. You hand over 6 gold pieces and the innkeeper nods. Get yourself a table and we'll bring it out when it's ready, he says. Right. Head away from the bar. Your eyes roam around the busy room and light on a shadowy figure in one corner. It is Flanker, the assassin whose life you spared outside Biratanti. Alright. We're sitting at the cool kids' table. Greetings, you declare enthusiastically. Flanker nods. He does not smile, but he seems pleased to see you. Aha, my friend and enemy. I am well recovered, as you see. He raises his flagon. But you look in poor shape. Have others been treating you more roughly than I was able to myself? And how have you fared in Kare? The city is full of devils. Flanker laughs and nods. It is indeed. But at least you have not had to face the portal traps. They will take your smile and move it to your throat, as we assassins say. I know about portal traps. They're easily avoided. Flanker nods. Is that so? Well then, perhaps I have underestimated you yet again. He drinks from his mug, then nods to you. Can I buy you an ale? Hell yeah! You nod, thank you. Flanker gestures towards the bar, and a full mug is before you in moments. Hell yeah! Drink it. You knock tankards with the creatures on either side of you, then drain the beer in one swoop. It is nutty and pleasant, and fills your stomach with a pleasing warm glow. Flanker claps you on his shoulder. He pauses to glance around him as if he is waiting for something, but if so, he does not see it. I have a few minutes, he says. Tell me of your quest. How goes it? The journey is long, but I am unbowed. Good, he nods. I am glad you are still no coward. To be defeated is a shame, but to be defeated by a creature without a spine is a torture. I need to find a beggar who was a noble. Well, at this point I don't think we actually knew quite... Oh wait, no, we did. He told us about the nobles. Ask him, I need to find a beggar who was a noble. Ah, blind Theta. I have heard he wanders the wastelands in Upper Kare, north of the river. The area where the city has collapsed where beggars and ne'er-do-wells gather, you could try there. Need to find the other nobles. I was told by a friend of mine that they're the only ones who know the spell for the North Gate. Yes, the friend of mine. I wonder who that is. Flanker nods. Indeed, this is true, but I do not know the city well enough to know where you might find them. Perhaps you might appeal to one of Kare's gods. Or find Sansis. Flanker laughs. And convince him to tell you? It does not seem likely, although I hear he is not quite the mind that he once was. He smiles a thin smile. But tell me, friend, he murmurs, do you play dice? Swindle stones? Flanker's smile broadens. I see you know it. From a hidden pouch in his tunic, he pulls a set of dice and pushes half of them across the table to you. Wow, I actually could reject playing, and that would, in a dickish way, continue to own Flanker. But no, I'm down for a rematch. Take them. You take the dice. What's the stake? If you win, I will help you with your quest, but if I win, my obligation to you is at an end, and should we meet again, I will have the freedom to cleave your neck from your shoulders. Do you agree? Very well. Right. Roll the dice. Okay, let's see. So, I have 3 threes. Let's begin low. There are at least 2 twos here. Okay, you've seen there's at least 3 twos. I'm gonna guess there's at least 4 threes. I'm betting he has at least 1. He called it? Yes, there are 4 threes. The round is yours. Good start here. Okay. Now I have the advantage. I have more information on the board. You see, there's at least 2 ones. Ooh. I don't have any ones. He probably has 2 ones. If I say there's 3 ones, he might believe that. Or I could get really ballsy. You might have at least 1 4, and I could say there's 5 4s. What if I say there's 4 4s? Would he... I think he might... If he does not call this, though, I'd be in infinite trouble. I think there are 4 4s. He called it. He had 1. There are 5 4s around as yours. Roll dice again. He did have 2 1s, huh? Alright. Doing good. But I recall that last time I had an early lead, so do not get cocky. 2 2s, 1 1, 2 4s. I'm gonna guess there's at least 3 2s. He's saying there's 3 3s. In order for that to be the case, he'd have to have nothing but 3s. I call. Only 1 3, the round is yours. Excellent. Okay. So, he has 2 dice. I have 5. I have 2 2s. And 1 of everything else. I'm gonna say there's 3 2s. Well, I don't like this. I don't like this. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here. Okay, let's start. There are at least 2 2s. He's saying there's 3 2s. Crap. I think he has a 2. Lowest possible bid. We'll try and psych him out. Lowest possible bid, 3 3s. He called it, damn it. Ah, he's smart. I should have gone with 3 2s. He did have a 2. Damn. Okay. In a way, I don't have as much of a disadvantage now. I have 3 2s. Do I go for 4 2s? Or do I just go straight for... Yeah, let's do it. Or do I want to go for 2 4s? Put the ball in his court, maybe. I'm gonna guess that there's a 1 2. Psych him out. See what he thinks about this. You think there's 2 1s? Okay. Okay, I think he's working with what he knows. Maybe. So I'm gonna go with 3 2s. Either calls this and is wrong, or... I'm calling it. I don't think he has... I don't think there are 4. I don't think he has a 2. He had a 2! God damn it! Oh. Okay, he's calling a 1 2. I have 2 2s. I think there are a grand total of 3 2s, mister. 4 2s? No way. No way he rolled double 2s. Call. Phew. Round is yours. He has 1 dice. I just need to predict what that one thing is. Okay. I think there's at least 1 1. Okay. He's going for 1 3. I think he must have a 3 then, unless he's lying through his teeth. In which case, there are 2 2s on this board. He's rolling 2 3s. I've already won. Call him. The game is yours. I win, don't I? Flanker nods deeply. Sindla, preserve me. I have lost you again. Come with me. I will take you to the council. Excuse me? Really? That easy? The leaders of Kare are madmen and pirates, but not fools. They might be persuaded to see the sense of your mission, he replies. Especially if you have the gold to cover their pockets. Shall we go? Where is the council? It is hard to find, Flanker says. It is the tallest building in Kare, but most of its height is built underground, so from the street it looks like just another dwelling place, but you know where it is. Dude, let's go. Excellent, Flanker beams, finishes his beer, then gestures to the door. Follow me. You follow Flanker across the top of the dock. He moves fast like a fleeting shadow, but somehow contrives to never disappear from your sight. He does not speak, and your attempts at conversation are met with immediate silence. Okay. So, I'm happy that I won at this, because now we're on a buddy-buddy mission with Flanker going to go find the council together, going to a secret hideout. That's cool. But I paid 6 gold for a meal, and I never got my meal. I wasted 6 gold, and I have 6 stamina total, and everything sucks. I hate it. Ah! Do I have any potions? No. Yeah, I'm boned. I have no rations. I have not eaten yet today. Besides the ale that I chugged that was free from Flanker. Okay, so overall, I wouldn't say today was particularly fruitful, but we did explore more of the city. We saw more events happening around you. We got a better feel for it. God, if I could get another time loop, like, I could get gold by robbing the statue here again, which was easily done. And I could go into the gambling halls and I could strike it rich. And then on my next run through, yeah, I could visit the Dwarf Town vendor and buy all that neat stuff. And I could see what's there in the artist quarter. But I'd probably want to take this route here, which would not take me to that merchant. Crap. Well, all I know is that the city is quite deep. This act feels like 3 or 4 times as deep and nuanced as Act 1 was. And boy, I wonder if it can keep up this quality. Act 2 has been a pleasure. Oh, man. I am just infatuated with this sense of adventure that this game creates. The art is so wonderful, both for this overworld map view and for the nice special art that sometimes appears for special scenes, and just this pulpy 70s, 80s fantasy that you really don't see much of these days, you know? Sometimes, like, especially in the modern day, fantasy can feel too clean. Like, we're talking high fantasy, not like gritty, realistic fantasy like, say, Game of Thrones. No, this is firmly high fantasy, but there's also this kind of, like, griminess to it that I really like, you know? Sorcery's just so good. Well, I sure know that I am super excited for next time where we journey with Flanker for a bit to go to a secret place. That's gonna be cool. Anyway, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Sorcery. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.